Hi, friends. Happy to be with you this evening as we move into this full moon in Libra tomorrow on Wednesday, April 1st. A lot going on astrologically. We'll start there just to give ourselves the context of what's happening. So, of course, full moon, we know that the illumination of the moon is representative of our internal world, of our emotions, of things being illuminated, coming to the surface to be released, right? And we know that as our inner worlds are being lit up, if you will, there begins to trickle in awarenesses around what is not working. Looking back on that of the new moon in October 2025 and what seeds were planted then and what has been given the 6 month space to grow and what is not working now that is to be released. Okay. So we're really working with like what stays, what goes, of course, in this energy. And there again, within this sign of Libra, it is the sign of balance. And in particular, that of in relationship. So there is this relationship theme trickling into this full moon. It is looking at what might be out of balance, where you might be giving, taking more, less. And then the really key factor in this too is to remind us that we're not here to do this all alone. So finding that community, being in relation with those around you, however that looks for you, if that's something maybe you're still setting up, trying to find connections, like-minded community, and just being in that space with moving what needs to move. Now, as we think about this full moon energy, this releasing energy, we can also think that, well, Libra seeks that of harmony. So what is out of balance must go. And we know, as per the universal law, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but is just there. So if you'd like to just think and touch base with yourself as you begin to take a big inhale into the upper belly through the nose and exhaling to release, to let go, just beginning to move your awareness into that internal world. Taking a big breath in through the nose, into the upper belly, and exhaling out through the nose or the mouth. And beginning to ask yourself the question of where have I been choosing peace over authenticity? And you might not know these answers right away. Your intuition might also know them immediately. So writing down what comes to mind first. Where have I been choosing peace over authenticity? And what might that look like to honor both? Where have I been choosing peace over my authenticity? And what might that look like to honor both? Of course, coming back to this question time and time again. And then I'd like to also bring your awareness, your attention to after the full moon tomorrow. So initiating your releasing ceremonies, your rituals to help to move stagnant energy, to really allow the light to shine into the internal world. There is a void of course happening the day after, so April 2nd. And This is when kind of the moon moves in between signs, and there is a space. There's a space being created, and it's a very liminal space. So it's this space between decisions. So even though we may be feeling the Aries energy, the spring equinox energy, the getting going, the blossoming, the blooming, we know that we are still tending to these very young sprouts, very young seeds. We're releasing in order to allow new to form in the next 2 weeks at the new moon. And then we come into this void of course energy. So what can happen here on April 2nd is a lack of clarity. There can be a lessening in responsiveness. You might even notice plans start to dissolve or even disappear. Like this might completely disappear. This April 2nd marks a day to not make any major decisions. And you're really allowing things to settle here. So, really viewing April 2nd, the day after the full moon, to be a space where not a lot gets done. And that's okay. So, continuing just to sit with this moon energy for the next couple days.